Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Laced Up, a sports show produced entirely by women, from the behind the scenes to on air. But it's not just for women, it's for the guys too. I'm Rachel Hallam. Welcome back, Rams. I'm Rachel Hallam, here to update you on all the sports news that's been going on while we're all staying at home. From cancellations to upcoming drafts, I have so much in store for you tonight, but let's start with some breaking news. After the upsetting loss against the UNLV Rebels, the CSU Rams came home to Moby Arena to take on a well-known opponent, the San Jose State Spartans. We're outside Viejas Arena in San Diego, where the CSU Rams are about to have their last road game of the season against the number 5 ranked Aztecs in the nation. Now, after their last loss to UNLV, the Rams are going to be placed in 6th in the Mountain West due to tiebreaker rules. Obviously, that means they need to have a big win out of tonight's game, but what are we looking for from the Aztecs tonight? From the hours spent in the gym to the trial and error that comes with competitions, Jalen Wilson is making a name for herself and younger girls who want to do the same thing. Well, the CSU Rams just beat the Omaha Mavericks 80-65. Corey, tell me what stood out to you in the second half. So to start off, tension seemed a little bit high in the first period, and they kind of carried on to the third period. Does that affect the gameplay at all? Obviously looking for that win tomorrow. What is the biggest thing that you guys can take away from tonight that you're looking to change tomorrow night? More exciting news for the CSU's track and field team. For the third time in just 4 years, CSU has become the Mountain West men's indoor track and field champions. Not only did the team leave hoisting a trophy over their heads, but head coach Brian Bedard was also named the Mountain West men's track and field head coach of the year. CSU's men's basketball continues to prove their place in the Mountain West. After 2 straight home games, the Rams headed to Fresno State last Tuesday and came out on top 80-70. Nico Carvacho reached his 46th double-double game, and now with 8 victories in 9 Mountain West games, the Rams have improved to 8-4 in conference, placing in second behind San Diego State. Now that the season has wrapped up in Moby, it is all eyes on the Mountain West tournament, and Coach Medved has been informing his players about why the 6th seed isn't so bad after all. And after 8 straight losses to the Nevada Wolfpack, the Rams finally came out on top here at Moby Arena, finishing the game 92-91, breaking that losing streak. And it was all because of the Rams' persistence and resilience throughout the entire game. After Nevada hit a 3 to take the lead with only 5.3 seconds left in the game, Isaiah Stevens knew exactly what to do and hit a buzzer beater to take over this arena. And speaking of Stevens, after 2 outstanding performances in the past 2 games, averaging 16.5 points while shooting 68.8% from the field and hitting 2 buzzer beaters, including the game winner against Nevada, freshman Isaiah Stevens was named Mountain West Player of the Week, making him the first CSU freshman in the modern era to receive such an honor, and just the 17th true freshman in Mountain West basketball history. More record-breaking news in the basketball realm. Baylor's women's head basketball coach, Kim Mulkey, has not only made history over her career at Baylor, being the first in NCAA women's basketball to win a championship as a player, an assistant coach, and a head coach, but she's also won 3 national titles as a head coach and was inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2000, and she's not stopping there. Recently, Mulkey became the first D1 coach, male or female, to reach 600 wins in just 700 games. Sitting at the top of a list full of men, Mulkey sits high and mighty with a huge accomplishment behind her, but to coach, it's just another win.
With everything that's happening with COVID-19, considering like sports are being canceled and all schools are getting shut down, and now that the Olympics are being postponed, something that you were specifically looking forward to, considering you had just hit your qualifying time for the Olympic trials, which would have happened in June. How are you, as of right now, kind of dealing with that whole situation of everything getting shut down?
I feel like my motto has kind of been control what you can't control, because there's a lot of things that are out of everyone's control right now and everyone's being affected in the same way. So I think that's really unique in the fact that everyone's in the same boat. So I've just been trying to keep up some like athleticism that I have, but it's really hard with a sport like swimming because that's how we rely on our cardio, and also it's also a very technical sport. So I've just been trying to walk my dog a lot, keep up with like core work and doing as much weights as I can, but I don't really have any equipment here. So I don't know, just finding unique ways to stay in shape.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that too. I mean, training must be a little bit difficult now because can you get to any pools? Do you have any way to just kind of get in the water?
Actually, I have a pool in my backyard, but it's like a weird, like kidney shaped pool. Um, but my mom actually bought like a bungee swim belt, so we attached it to a pole in our backyard, and so it's like an infinity pool now. So we've been doing that, which is nice to get in the water. But our pool is like between 48 and 51 degrees, so I have to wear a wetsuit. But it's nice to get in. I'll do some like sculling, and I'll try and swim for as long as I can. But it's just like a forever pool, basically.
That's awesome though. That's really cool. I like that. That's super unique. But I mean, everything just kind of shut down so fast. So how was that kind of introduction to all of that just kind of just being completely done with?
It was surprising, but also, I mean, when they announced that school was going to be closed, I think the first date was like till April 10th. So I packed up for spring break, but I was like, okay, a lot of my other friends' schools are being canceled for the rest of the year. So I was kind of already preparing for it. And then when I got that email 3 days into spring break, like, yeah, it's a bummer, but also I felt like everyone was kind of expecting it.